There's a lot of noise on social media from certain corners talking about the oppression of women. Women today are oppressed. The patriarchy is evil. Stuff like that. Okay, Lori's shaking her head. That's a no.
No,
Um, okay, it's definitely a
I don't
no.
believe
Okay.
that. No,
Okay. Why?
I don't believe that women are oppressed in our today's society whatsoever. If anything, we probably have an advantage.
What sorts of advantages do women have that men don't have?
Um, well, there's quotas to hire women, number
Right.
one. So I really believe, and also men, I feel in this day and age have a major disadvantage because of this talk of the patriarchy and dominance and whatnot. And I really celebrate men. I believe men built this country. They invented things. They're the ones that created the laws. I have a lot of respect for men. I definitely believe that men are the prize in our society. 100%. I'm not a feminist whatsoever.
Okay.
Not at all. And I think that women have sometimes an unfair advantage, even just to get a job
Okay.
because they're a woman.
All right. Ellen, do you have any thoughts on that?
I guess to kind of like go off of that, I know I've seen somewhere like recently that like when it comes to men and women in their 20s from like what it is right now, women are actually making a slight bit more than men in their 20s.
Yeah, they're more educated and they make more money.
Mm-hmm. So, this whole, like men make more than women, I think we're starting to get past that now. And that claim is kind of outdated currently.
It's still out there. There's still a lot of people making that noise, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of people making that noise, but from what I see among my peers that
Mhm.
are also in their 20s, I don't quite think that's accurate now in
Got it.
2024.
What's the vibe like in Switzerland, Anna? You know, when it comes to the notion that women are oppressed, the patriarchy is evil.
Oh,
Is that a thing in
so,
Switzerland, or
no, not at all. They are pretty cool here, but Swiss people are very they are not into that kind of relationship. Like women here, Swiss women are not that feminine. How can I say? They're very cool. They have a lot of freedom in a relationship. So
mm, they have a lot of freedom?
yeah.
Okay.
So like how I describe that?
Are you in the
It's
German part? Or are you in the French part? Or
in the German part.
German? Okay, so it's mostly German speaking where you live.
Yeah.
Okay. German women are a little more robust, I think, is the way to put it. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. What about the notion of shaming? I put this out on Twitter, last week where I was saying that shaming actually works. Broke shaming, slut shaming, fat shaming. It motivates behavior. I think it's something that's ingrained in our DNA. I think our grandfathers and great grandfathers and great grandmothers and so on and so forth used it to motivate their lineage. Their kids and their grandkids. Like, they would tell their granddaughters, "Don't be promiscuous. Save yourself and don't share your body with a bunch of men." They would tell the boys, "Make something out of yourself. You have to learn these skills, learn how to make money. You have to provide and protect, sort of things." So I think the notion of fat shaming, slut shaming, and broke shaming um, are being eroded. They're being taken away from us and being called evil or dangerous or harmful, in some regards and respects. I'm curious as to what you ladies think about that.
I hear you there because I grew up that way as well. We were definitely told not to become overweight. You want to be successful in life and be smart and carry yourself a certain way, present yourself a certain way. And I do agree with you there with the shaming part of it. It does change people. I really believe that
What do you think, Ellen?
to do better.
I mean, it's hard to hear sometimes the feedback, but at the same time, it's like, how else are you going to be signaled in order to know that you have to grow? You know?
Is shaming still a thing in Switzerland, Anna?
I think shaming is everywhere thing, and also since social media grow that fast, people are shaming without shame. Like they don't feel nothing. Like they be rude on the internet, commenting with fake accounts, just to I don't know why people do that actually. So going off on someone just because it looks different. So
Right. So I mean, here's the clip that I wanted to reference. Just 30 seconds long. It's just these girls talking about.
We're fat girls. Of course we're gonna ask for a table instead of a booth. We're fat girls. Of course I ordered enough to have leftovers. We're fat girls. Of course I'm learning to honor my hunger cues. We're fat girls. Of course we save some for later. We're fat girls. Of course we take up space. Sorry, not sorry. We're fat girls. Of course we're unlearning generational fat phobia. We're fat girls. We're worthy exactly as we are.
Now,
internet gave people so much power.
well, it's it's empowered women to broadcast themselves. Like there's no gatekeepers. Like it's a permissionless environment. Anybody can upload a video, say what they want. They can write a book and publish it, and upload it to Amazon without anybody's permission. But now we've got this acceptance movement of normalizing what I would call dangerous health issues, mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just curious as to what you ladies think about stuff like that.
I believe there's an epidemic of extreme obesity. It's the way our lifestyles are being led here in the West, especially with fast food, easy living, desk jobs. We are not living the way humans should be living. I've never seen, you don't see that back in the 1950s and 60s where people were overweight like that. So I believe a lot of these women who are extremely obese are now trying to, and with the media as well, empowering themselves by saying it's beautiful, it's sexy, and it's not
Well,
at
we have
all.
corporations accommodating it. We've seen airlines. I think it was Southwest recently in the last month that said that they're going to give an extra seat to essentially morbidly obese
That's
women.
actually always been a thing.
That's terrible.
I'm 6'2", and they've
Southwest. So
okay, but I'm tall. Like I'm 6'2", and I've never been offered extra leg room. Right?
Yeah.
I have to pay for business class, but that's not something that I can control. That's how I was born. You can control your weight, and they're giving people that are unable to control their weight extra seating.
And look at what the airlines used to be like back in, when they first started. They were like lounge chairs back in the day, and we've been sardined into these cans to make more money. And now we're kind of going in the reverse where we can just give up a free seat to an obese person, and a person who actually paid for the seat next to them gets kicked off. That's not right.
Well, this is why it's so laughable for people to think we don't live in a gynocentric social order, for people to think that we still live in some sort of patriarchal, male-dominated society. Yeah. Because the people that are championing these movements, fat acceptance, the alphabet army movement, they're all women. It's you couldn't make that video that we just watched with 4 fat dudes that weighed 500 pounds. You couldn't make that video with men. You could. No. They'd be laughed right off at the end. They get death threats. I mean, nobody, not a single person on the planet would think that.
Even short guys will get mocked routinely by women, right? They'll be like, "Ah ha ha, you're only
for something they can't even control."
Yeah.
Meanwhile, these hippos are walking around with this like it's a badge of honor. And I mean, they've even done. I mean, there's you're getting to a point now where there's been these fat influencers that are
dying,
celebrating themselves all the way into an early grave. Yeah. They've got reality shows and they've got channels, and they're dead in their 30s.
Can I say something?
Life.
Yeah, go ahead.
This normalizing thing, it's the worst move or thing ever, because you can't normalize everything. You can't, like, people, if you You can't normalize being fat. You can't normalize being pedophile. You can't normalize creating a third kind of human. Like, and if you say something, you're homophobe. Like, this is going out of control. People need some values, some shaming is needed for someone. So it's you have to being raised under if you believe in God. So you have some standards, you have some values, you respecting someone and all the stuff. This is, if someone just have nothing of them, actually they want everything. Like, they can do everything and they want acceptance. Like, you have to accept that I'm fat and I'm cool and all the stuff. If you say something, you are homophobe. So this normalizing thing, this is just not okay. It's not right.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.